Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'll be reviewing my second round game of the Lake Erie Lockdown Tournament. If you didn't hear, last round I won, so I was 1-0. And my opponent for this round is Dong-Lien Lin. He goes by Steven, so I'll be calling him Steven. And little backstory about Steven. So we actually played I think we got paired up in a correspondence game. And he had a nickname that was similar to somebody I knew on OGS. So I asked him, hey, do you know this person? And then he was like, yes. And we started chit-chatting and, got to know each other a little bit. And I first got to meet him in person at the Midwest Open earlier this year, actually. We were both in the Open division. And we didn't play in the tournament, but we were able to play a casual game. So that was still very fun. He is also, claims at least, to watch my videos, so Steven, if you're watching, shoutouts to you. Now, our game history is actually pretty one-sided. We played 3 games online and the 1 game in person, and he had won 3 of them and I've only won 1. So he's definitely a very tough opponent for me. But of course I was hoping to, get another win on the board. But yeah, let's get into the game. I believe this was a no-Komi game, but time settings are the same as last round. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm white, Steven is black. Standard opening. And decided on this. I was debating between this or making my own Shamari. But I don't know, I just decided against it. It'd just be a different game. This move obviously preventing a black approach, which would be pretty nice with the upper right. And it would be, I would have backup in the area. Oops, I always forget to do this, but here we go. Let me put on coordinates, there we go. The F-17 stone would help with any fight that black might start with against this stone. So that's kind of the point of it. You could say it might be a little slow because there's still an unfinished corner, but alas, I decided on this move. Black, of course, approaches here. Approaches low. Again, I could have played a pretty simple variation, which would give me Sente. And I could then approach left side or do anything. Yeah, probably play here. Either here or here. But I decided to jump in immediately. Yeah, jump in immediately. Black leans, of course, and then I play the knight's move. So what is the point of the knight's move? So obviously, as opposed to the third line move at G3, G2 is on the second line. And so that means it loses points compared to G3. Now where it gets back those points is that if you play at G3, black has some Aji at C3. And the reason is after this move here, notice there's 2 cutting points. So when black attaches, you can see this cut at E2 and G2 are very potent, especially when black has the ladder into the upper right. So that means even though you're playing closer to black, black actually has an easier time settling locally because of this attachment. I'll do a very basic Joseki. White connects and black connects here. You can see white would get Sente, but black gets to live pretty easily in the corner. So that's kind of the point of. But you get more points. Whereas this move, because after this move, notice there's only 1 cutting point at E2. Black's unable to play at C3 now. White's able to just capture the stone. So you lose a little bit of points, but you're actually putting more pressure on these outside stones because black cannot live as easily in the corner. So that's kind of the point of playing low like this. And this is a AI innovation that I think it's about, this was like the immediate move now before AIs, but now it's probably 50-50 in pro games, whether they're going to play the low one or the high one. But I decided on the low, and then black pincers. Not only is it a pincer against this stone, but it's also helping develop the right side. And then I play here. So this is the pincer that Fine Art likes if it gets the G3, the G2 move. And I was kind of planning for this when I played G2, because black really doesn't want to add a move on the left side. Yeah, it wouldn't be worth a lot of points if black just adds a move on the left side to help the stones. So I like black's ignore, but this move is a little annoying for black. Now I will say I don't like black's answer, because it feels like black's treating this as a wall and black's trying to pincer. But that's just not true. White is very solid, which means black's shape here is very weak, especially since it's a knight's move. So I attack the shape point here, and this is very painful for black. To be fair, it is pretty hard to see a better move for black. Yeah, I wouldn't play here. If I played anything on the left, I would just go straight to the corner. Yeah, I would go straight to the corner, because white will still get this move. But if this group gets stronger, this stone is further away from these stones at D7. Whereas when you play here, not only is it high, which means you're not going to have a base, but it's going to be closer to white's potential thickness, if white can get strength. And white had a chance to in the game. Yeah, so black attached here, but this is a mistake, and white makes a mistake too. I'm pretty sure I instantaneously played here, which is just one, a bad habit, and two, just bad reading as well. So whenever your opponent plays a move, you always stop and ask yourself, is it Sente? And it doesn't matter if your opponent Atari's 100 stones, you know, like, of course that's an exaggeration, but always stop and think, do I need to answer? So I just played this move to destroy black's shape, but also to, it's a peep, it's threatening to cut. Black ignored the peep. So, of course, white needs to go here. This has to be the move. Look at white's corner that white's potentially getting. But also, black actually can't Hane on this side. If black Hanes on that side, white will get this cut, and then play a move like this. And white gets so many points in the corner. That is a very, very good reduction for white. Not whether white goes there or here. Probably here. But you can see, yeah, black gets 2 points on the bottom. And going back to this move here, let's say white could also attack this stone better because it's on the 4th line. So yeah, both players, and which means black cannot go on this side because, you know, white takes corner and the side. You know, now white would go here, and yeah, it'd just be really bad for black. So yeah, I just instantaneously, you know, it's like without this move, it's like, oh yeah, just play there automatically, right? No need to think. But of course the board has changed, and you can't just always play the same move. So that's a big miss on my part. So if black wanted this move, black needs to play it now. And it would make sense to play it now because it would add a little bit of strength to black's shape. Just a little bit. And again, since black's trading a 3rd line stone at G3 for white's 2nd line stone at H2, black doesn't, it's a good exchange for black. And white's already alive, like, black's okay with exchanging these. So lots of mistakes in this corner from both players, I think. Now, how should black respond here? I've seen pro games where black plays this horrid shape, right? Empty triangle. Yeah. It protects the shape at least, though, right? Yeah. Yep. Black should play there. Or at least I've seen this move. White would maybe... should... Either white does this one to attack this stone, or does this one to keep attacking these 4 stones. Probably this one. But then it'd just be going. And again, this would still be... Excuse me, this would still be good for white. But, of course, it'd be much better result than what could have happened to black. Black goes there. And then black just descends, though. Oops. Black just descends. And this isn't good. Black's getting very heavy. And you can tell black's getting heavy because how many points is black making with these stones? And white is getting a ton of points in the corner. So what black could have done is just give up these stones here. Like this. And this would be, I believe, Sente. Yeah, even if black goes there once, you know, maybe white blocks, and then black can switch back to here. Give up those stones. It would be better if black didn't exchange G3. Like if black did this directly. Like this. Because... yeah, it'd just be a little better. But you can see white does get thickness, but black does take the corner and Sente. So I think black could have considered just attaching. And the reason why white has to push through is because playing this would give black too much. Whether black makes a co shape or just connects. White shape here isn't that good because white has cuts now. So I think black could have attached or could have played here. But black played, I think, the not so good move here. So at this point, oops, in the game, black played here first. In the game, yeah, white's doing very well here. White's already has more territory than black because white has the bottom left. And black already has a weak group. Black jumps. I push and cut and take the 1 stone. Yeah, but it's probably smart for black. Black really can't fight this. Black now has 3 weak groups. And yeah, so it's probably smart black gives up the stone. And that's kind of the point of this move. Black's plan is to give this stone up to take some center influence. It is a big gain for white though, so it's definitely a costly move. But looking back through, I'm not really sure black has any better moves. So it's expensive, but it might be the only choice. And then black plays strongly here. Now here's a big point in the game. Because I was just saying how good of an opening white had. But now black, you can see, is starting to surround white's stones. Of course, black shape isn't perfect here, but white is getting surrounded. But I played this move. And this move is a pretty good move, honestly. So what is the point of this move? So, let's see. White can just jump out immediately. But it would... I'm pretty sure black would just be happy letting white live on the side like this. Something like this, maybe. Or black runs this way and attacks this way. Not sure though. I didn't really want to run into the center directly though. So I played this move. And the point of this move is I'm actually threatening to connect at b5. There is a connection here. So that if black disconnects me, now when I run out, this stone is completely isolated now. Right? If I run out immediately, there's some connection here. And whether there's no connection, black wouldn't do this, but let's say black were to give up that stone, black could give it up while making eyes for this group. So I wanted this move to take away the base from not only these stones here, but also this stone here. So you can see if black surrounds, I can attach. And white's actually completely connected. If black pushes, like this, white will then cut. If black captures, white can then cut here. And you can see black needs to capture, and this is threatening to cut here. Like white would like to go here, but black can cut and capture. But that means white's able to, actually, white can descend once, right? Yeah, white descends once. Now, black's unable to make two eyes. So white would probably just connect, and black loses a semi-eye. Again, if black comes back to connect, white will then connect on the first line. So, yeah, and if black Han is on this side, this moves a double Atari, and then Atari. So white's able to connect there. So black tried to get this peep in first. So now, if black tries to disconnect white with b5, but white's shape is worse here. But this move actually doesn't prevent this move. So I'm still able to connect here. And you can see if black pushes, white's shape actually can't be cut. And if black does this, we go into that same variation, like this. So yeah, what does black do again? Does black go here? No, where does black go? Oh, black pushes here once. And then covers. I push, and then cut. So again, I'm connected here. But you can see I'm connected all the way through. I take all this corner. Black's cut here. Obviously, this game is good for white, because black actually still hasn't made any points. Black connects, or forces this exchange, and then jumps. Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good about this game so far. Play at the shape point, threatening to cut, but also pull out the stone at h7. And black strongly resists. Yeah, black has to resist strongly here after this result in the bottom. And then I jump. I finally get back to here. So you can see black played r8, and after all these moves, black finally got his response. You can see, well, r8 wasn't a bad move for sure, but you can see how white was able to force black on the left side first before coming back. And black plays low. Shoulder hit. This probably isn't necessary. I was feeling good. Honestly, I probably don't even need to jump. I should just go here. Yeah, just make the bottom my territory. This move makes the r6 stone heavy. So now I have to live with these, basically. Shoulder hit, black plays the Goblin's Nose, Hane and double Hane. And I actually just potentially give up these two stones, right? Black can cut and capture, but I'm alive in the corner, and I would get the first move here. So it's not worth that much. But black plays here. And then I attach. I think I could just... No, I think the attach is good. I was thinking... Yeah. Just attach Atari. And again, black plays very strongly here. Clamp. Black blocks. And then descends. So the point of the descent is black is willing to give up these two stones, but you can see it would give black more sente moves in the corner. So that when black finally comes back and connects, black's corner is more solid. If you just Atari directly, you can see black gets less forcing moves. So black's corner is less solid. And you actually don't lose any points doing this. Yeah, you give up two stones. White surrounds 2 points of area, so that's 4 points. You just come down directly, 2 points there, and then 1 point here. So maybe it's a little loss, but again, the gain you get in the corner is worth much more. So that's why black descends. I know that though, so I just cut where I wanted to cut, and then black lives, and then I connect. Then black hanes. So this is a big turning point in the game because another fight happened and then cooled down. I think black definitely did a little bit better here. I definitely shouldn't have one space jumped here. Made my stone heavy. Yeah. So what I should do is just extend up. And this cutting point, while we wouldn't play it directly, it does mean later, you know, white doesn't have to cut directly. White can actually attack the 2 stones. So this would basically weaken black's right side, which if you look at the board, black gained back some points here and potentially some points here. It's still a ko, but still some aji here. So black's definitely gotten a little bit into it, back into the game, but this is just, white should just play calmly and just extend up here. But that's not what I do. I say, let's rock and roll. So I pull this stone out. So the issue with this move is it makes this cutting stone heavy, so now I have to run with these stones, which isn't a bad thing, but you'll see what happens if I played this move, which I thought was a pretty good move at the time. But black has a very nice response to this move that I did not see, and that is to actually ignore an Atari there. Yeah, I did not even consider if black ignored. So once again, this is a point where, since black ignored me, I needed to ignore. It doesn't matter if this group dies here. I needed to just go here. I played all these moves. I do not have time to add another stone here. So I should just go here. You can see black actually can't push through and cut because this move, let's see. What's the best way to do this actually? Cut directly or just connect? Well, let's just say white connects. You can see black's just getting cut up, and yeah, this would be good for white. So I should just give this stone up. If black connects, cut. It's still a ko at the bottom. Alright? I take a lot on the left side, and if I win this ko on the bottom, it's actually worth quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah. And there's still aji in this corner, I'm pretty sure. If, is there aji actually? No, there's not. Wait, is there? Yes, there's a little bit of aji. If later on, that's assuming black goes here. Black can probably take and do other things. And that's assuming black captures too. But if black does capture and then pushes here, we'll assume white is alive on the bottom. White can attach here. You can see extend down, and white actually, I believe, is alive. Again, my life and death isn't the greatest, but you can see that there's definitely aji here. Or whether white... Oh wait, white can just directly push. Later, white can directly... Right now it doesn't work, but white can just push and cut later. But basically, I just followed black around too much. Like, I ignored this move, so I should be willing to ignore this move, but I don't. And while, you know, you might say, well, black still gets some cutting points, and it's not that big of a difference. It actually makes the world of difference here. Because this stone at P8 actually has a very strong connection with the stone at L8. And black gets this move anyways, so I definitely needed to just ignore that. I cut. Again, I don't think I should cut. I should just net. I should just net or go here. But the cut is just too aggressive. You'll see the result white gets. I can extend and then connect. Black can connect. But you can see it's actually pretty hard to do anything with these stones because they're so heavy now. I do cut, and black gives it up. And then peeps. Connect. Descends. This move's big because now black cutting actually works. So I have to defend. And then black actually gets really good shape. So black fixed his group on the left side with pretty nice shape. And actually it's not worth a ton of points, but it's worth, you know, a good amount. Black has solidified his corner, or not his corner, his center. Right, he's captured these J7 stones. And what did white get from this attack? This group with, that's not even live, and it's worth 1 point. So yeah, there are so many ways I could have played this that would have ended so much better. Like I could have Haned here, I could have directly went here. Yeah, so many better options. But I picked the one, like at this point here, again, just extend up. But like white's next 5 moves are all really bad. Like really bad. That's bad. This cut's bad. This is not good. Yeah. This is not good. So all of a sudden white was trying to attack, but now black's the one who's attacking. And again, not just attacking, but attacking for profit. I turn. Hane back, double Hane. I cut, and then so I actually don't know about this one, but well, one, I know I should go here because this is actually threatening to capture in the center. If black extends up, I can actually just turn, and then Hane, and black's unable to win this semi-eye, so I can capture these stones. So that'd be game over. So that means black needs to add a move somehow, like this. But then I can Atari, and even if I just Atari down, so white gets out at least, which is what's important. In the game, though, you'll see I again played way too, I don't know if I was playing fast or what, but I made this exchange first, which again, I played all these moves here, right? And then I try to like ask black a question, but it's like, well, obviously, black has his sights on here, so I just extend up and then black connects. So I lose more points here, but not only that, I have to go here, but this allows black to go here. As opposed to me being able to Atari black, black gets this huge extension. So this move is also bad. I could have just done this. Yeah, could have just done this. But again, when black extends up, you can see black doesn't need to worry about these stones now. Because now, if I cut this way, black wins this semi-eye. And if I try to cut this way, actually, you can see I actually can't get any more liberties, or I can't escape either. So yeah, black was, yeah, it's just not good. Nothing is good here. Yeah, so I gave black more points, and I played in the bad spot. Like, I think black could have just Atari'd here. His move is fine though too, because again, white has to go there, and then black goes there, and I have to jump. So again, me trying to attack black turned into black taking quite a few points in the center and on the left side. And now you'll see, well, he'll play there, so I'll get back to my point. But this is a very good move. So the point of this move is black is trying to strengthen these two stones to attack the center. As opposed to just playing here, white would just jump again, and this move isn't threatening anything. Anything of white's, I should say. By going here, if white can, you know, just cut the stone off, but you can see black would get many forcing moves with these two stones, so now black could play much stronger. Again, black gives up some points here, but the gain in the center would be worth much more. If I try a move like this, same kind of deal. White can cut, or black can cut, but then black will get, oops, can't go there. Black will get some forcing moves. And that's actually isn't so good, is it? Yeah, black actually just clamps directly. When white goes here now, black will then just Atari or cap. Something like this at least. The point is black's trying to get some forcing moves in Sente. But, so I play on this side, because again I know black wants to strengthen this side, so I ask on this side. He hanes, and then this move is a mistake. Black played pretty generously here, but black can actually just hane here. And if white connects, this is a ladder, and white's captured. If white cuts, it's again a connect and die. If white connects here, ladder. So the only move for white is to go here, but then black can just connect here. And these 3 stones are in so much pain. If white pushes this way to try to help these stones, you can see white would be damaging his center stones. If white hanes here, black can double hane. And white's still unable to surround black, because white doesn't have enough liberties. So this would be bad. So yeah, black could have haned here. And this might be game over. Just like that. Yeah, I needed to do that. Yeah, this is a very sharp move from black. This is very good. Very, very good. I did not see this. Which shows even more that G15 here is not a good move. But, so white played badly, but then black played badly too. Black cut. So then I covered. And then, so now actually black got no forcing moves. Black gained a little bit, but if anything, these stones might be weaker now. So black has to jump, and then I jump, but then black can cap. So you can see this is what black's plan is. And you can see how much this stone at P8 that black got is helping. Imagine a white stone there instead of a black stone. You can see it would make the world of difference. So at this point, I'm pretty... admittedly, I'm pretty flustered because, you know, I was thinking I had such a... And during the game, I was thinking this too, not just when I was reviewing it. I had such a good chance in the opening. Or I had a good opening, I should say. And, you know, I was very determined to win, especially with my record against Steven. But all of a sudden, it's like, he got a ton of points on the left side, points in the center. He's now building the right side. And ever since, you know, I was talking about how great my corner is. At this point, after all this fighting in the center, the only points I've made is just solidifying the upper left. Besides that, I've made next to no points, like maybe like 5 points. Whereas black made points in the center, on the left, and the upper side, the right side, this corner. So black made points everywhere when white made none. So I just threw a stone down. You know, the Honte move would be to just try to live still. But I was like too unhappy with this game. So, and this is, you know, that's definitely bad Go playing. Never let your emotions control your Go playing. So, just let that be a lesson. And then black peeps, and then pincers. And I peep, or shoulder hit, I guess, and then I just cut. Like, I'm just playing whatever I can. Because I'm just like, kind of done with this game, honestly. Which I know is a terrible mentality, but at this point I already felt like I can't win this game. Black's fighting is just too good, and that's something, not in every game, but at least in our last 2 games we've played, is I have a good opening, and then black just comes back in the middle game, like in a blink of an eye. So I was definitely like, oh, come on. Tari. Now here, black covers, and I go here. Now black can just go here, and you can see I capture, and black is completely alive, because there's definitely an eye here, and then 2 eyes here. And there's no way white can connect. Now black actually plays really generously here, and actually extends, but then that allows me to connect. And now, this group is actually in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. So all of a sudden, when I was like, oh my god, I can't win this, I'm like, wait a second. I just captured the bottom. For the most part. There is some Aji, which I will show. Back Hanes here. So then I go here, which by itself maybe doesn't look like the biggest move, but there is actually some Aji here. So black could have pushed here, which looks like a strange move because it's like, well, obviously white just covers, right? But the point of this move is black will then play here. And what's the point of this move? Well, it's threatening to connect with a ko. If white connects the ko, though, this move is an Atari. So white needs to take, but then black can now connect. And all of a sudden, all of black's stones are connected. And there's no way for white to refute this. Like if white plays on this side, like this move is sente because it's threatening this wedge here, right? Like if white captures, this wedge works. Yeah, connect. Actually, does it work? No, it doesn't. Huh, maybe there isn't anything there. Well, regardless, if white goes here, there's a ko, right? So black will play this ko. And black will be very happy playing this ko. Because what is... Again, black going here means the whole right side dies. It's just bad. Nothing here is good for white, basically. So black could have done that, but black went here. And so then I went down to prevent that, and I thought it was a big move. But then black just pushes through. Maybe a little slack, honestly. I don't mean honestly, I mean like, admittedly it's a little slack. Black could probably play just around the whole thing, like this. But black probably counted and knew, oh, there's no way. Even after white captures the bottom here. Then I come down. I should play here first, of course. Yeah, that's much bigger. Why didn't I do that? Because if black was there, I can then do this, and yeah. Black will live. Actually, is this better? I actually don't know which one's better. Regardless, I go here. And then black able to play here. And this move is annoying because it's threatening to connect, which is worth a lot. But the question is white blocking sente? And at the time, I figured no. So I played there, get my sentes. White finally plays some good moves in the upper left. And then I play here. Again, this is a last-ditch effort. Black blocks here, which this is pretty slack. Black is so strong here. Black should not be worried about anything white can do. Black should just strongly play here. Normally, you wouldn't play here because white can bust through, but because black is so strong, black should just extend, and there's like no way white can make two eyes. There's just no way. It's no way. Whereas playing here, it gives whites a little bit more aji. Like I got to connect and then black peeped. So this definitely tells me black was trying to kill white. But actually, I can descend. Black hanes. And actually, I think the hane is bad, isn't it? I'm not sure though. No, I think it's good actually. Never mind. I can just block here, and I actually live by going here. Again, my life and death isn't the best, but I'm pretty sure this is alive. I know if black has this move, it's dead, because this move works. But without this move, I'm not sure black can kill white. So basically, white can live, whereas if black plays on this side, obviously now if like white plays this kind of move, white has less aji in the corner, right? There's just nothing white can do. And again, white can bust through, but black, even if black just extends, like black is just happy to do this. So it might complicate the game go because there is some cuts here, but like, I would be pretty confident as black to be doing that. Again, black might have just counted that white can live here because the game is not that close at this point. So I block. Really, I couldn't see black connecting there. Black would get the entire right side, so I had to go here. And I was pretty sure I could kill this as well. But black disagrees. Black went back to the upper side. So So if I just push, or if I clamp, black can counter clamp, and this is, of course, alive, like this. So I thought, okay, how about this move? This was me thinking outside the box. And I was like, okay, if black defends, by going here, I can then hane, and then it would be a ko. And I would be very happy with a ko, because I have a ton of ko threats on the left side. But of course, black's superior life and death, because again, my life and death is pretty bad. He played here, and it just works. If I connected, and he lives, because I would like to be able to take out this eye, but he can then throw in. So because white doesn't have enough liberties in the corner, black is alive. So this is very good reading by him. So I guess the question is, so one, I was kind of looking, there is still some aji if white goes here. Black needs to descend and then white can push, but at best I think it's seki. Again, I'm not 100% sure. Black connects like this. This would just be alive. Where's the seki variation? No, maybe there isn't even just seki. Black just connects there. Yeah, usually this would be like a seki / killing shape, but since black can go here once, it doesn't help. Because now this is a dead shape. Although this would be seki, wouldn't it? Yeah, so there is a seki here. But a gote seki, so that's definitely not good. So white needs to kill this. So the question is, what if white goes here? But again, I think this is just seki again. Hane. Push. And I think it doesn't matter where white plays. White definitely needs to add a move, but black can just play there, and now it's seki. So again, seki is not good enough. It's because black killed the upper side. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's just nothing there. And again, there might be some moves like this that work, but I'm pretty sure they don't change anything. Yeah. Actually, that move's just interesting. I only saw this move just now. That move might be interesting, but we'll save it for another time. Yeah, but I play the... Like, I read a little bit, and I was like, okay, this move doesn't kill. But I wasn't disciplined enough to actually fully read this. So props to Steven once again. And these are the things that are going to keep me at 5 down. If I can't read pretty basic life and death like this. So he plays there, he lives. And at this point, there's just nothing white can do. So I'll speed up the review here. This is also just a terrible move. So my idea is I'm trying to get this move in sente, like this. So that way, if I can get an in sente, I can extend here, which would reduce black's right side. But so if I hane, this is sente, like this, right? Or at least it's ko, right? But black would probably not play ko. But then I could extend. But by going here, this just isn't sente. So I don't know what I was thinking. And then he can descend. And I have to descend. I have to connect back by going there. So then black gets to play the move I wanted to play. So yeah, there's nothing. This move surprised me because it kind of, at the time, it kind of like surprised me because I'm like, wait, does black think he's behind? What? I mean, I know the bottom left is pretty big, but black has the entire upper right quadrant and the center. So I just kind of answer. And they weren't time Sujis, so, you know, he's allowed to try. Just it caught me off guard a little bit. Connect. He connects. And I clamp. Clamp actually does work. If black descends, I can cut. And you can see if black goes this way, this is an Atari, so then I can capture. But then if black, oops, not there. If black captures, I can then cut here. So this clamp actually does work. This isn't just a last-ditch effort. But of course, black knows it works, so he connects. And yeah, we're just going into endgame. And I do push here as a kind of a last-ditch effort. Black plays strongly here. This is actually the only move. So I kind of haven't mentioned it right now, but there is some, there is some aji here. But the issue with this kind of group is that if I can't cut anything off, there's no way I can make, like I can't falsify black's, or not falsify, but I can't make black shape into one eye. Because black's eye space here is just too big. So I have to win a semi-eye. But black has too many outside liberties. So yeah. So basically there's some aji here, but it just doesn't do anything. Extend. If black just goes here, like, yeah. If at most it'll be a seki locally, but since white's dead in the center, it doesn't matter. Now there is some aji, which is why I pushed first. If black had done like this kind of move, which is bad, but maybe like this kind of move, I was reading some aji like this, where if black descends now, I can play this kind of move. Yeah, that was kind of what I was looking for. This move threatens to cut on this side, like this. Or if black defends, cuts, I'll be able to live, and this would be so great, wouldn't it? This would be like amazing, but of course black played strongly here. Yeah, I play there, and now there's really nothing else. So yeah, I just play a couple more moves, and then the game's over here. I resign. Black's up by around 20, which is quite a bit. So yeah, pretty tough loss, especially after how well I was doing in the opening. But I have to tip my hat off to Steven. I think one thing he has, which I don't, is he knows how to play depending on the board situation. Like, he was playing correctly playstyle wise depending on how he was doing on the board. Like, after the lower left, he knew he had to play more aggressively to catch up. And then once he had that lead, he knew he could play a little safer to just coast to victory. Whereas when I had the lead in the opening, I was like, oh yeah, let's push the initiative. Let's go. Let's go crazy. But that ultimately led to my demise. But yeah, that's all I have for this game. I do want to say, Steven, thank you for the game as always. And thanks for a few comments you gave after the game as well. Yeah, I definitely thought about them, and I agree with what you said. But yeah. Also, there was another server crash after this game finished, but thankfully all the games were done from round 2, so it ended up not really mattering. But yeah, that's it for my round 2 game. After this resign, because I did resign, I was 1-1. So yeah, going 1-1 into the 3rd round. So look forward to that video. If you have any questions or comments about this game, please let me know. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Thanks for watching.